Hey, and welcome back to Wild Mythology, the channel where we unravel the mysteries of myth, folklore, and legends. As always, I welcome you to the channel with bread and salt as a symbol of our friendship on the journey we are about to commence. For today's video, I'm going to list 50 amazing mythical creatures from Chinese mythology. Ferocious creatures like the Nian that hunts children on Chinese New Year's, and majestic creatures like the Eastern dragons. We're going to talk about all these creatures and more right here, right now. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe right now so you can stay updated on the numerous creature videos coming out in the next few weeks. Alright, enough talking, let's get to the mythical creatures and monsters of China here on Wild Mythology. Number 1. Owl. Owl was once a spirit turtle that used to live in the South China Sea around the time of creation. After a devastating battle between the water god Gongon and the fire god Zhorong, Gongon, ashamed of his loss, smashed his head into Mount Baozhou, one of the 8 pillars that held up the sky. With Mount Baozhou in pieces, a gaping hole was now open and pieces of the sky and gallons of water began to rain down on the earth. On top of that, the earth was thrown off its axis, causing fires and the landscape to change. Horrified with what was happening, Nuwa, the mother goddess and creator of humanity, rushed quickly to a riverbed. There, she picked up 5 different colored stones, which represented the 5 Chinese elements, and used them to patch up the sky. She then found the spirit turtle Ao in the sea and cut off his 4 legs, using them to create a new pillar to hold up the sky. Number 2. The Azure Dragon. The Azure Dragon, also known as the Blue-Green Dragon or Qinlong, holds a prominent position among the mythical creatures of Chinese folklore. It is not only one of the 5 dragon kings ruling over the 5 regions, but also one of the 4 sacred symbols, each of which embodies a cardinal direction, a season, and one of the 5 elements. In its role as a dragon king, the Azure Dragon is intimately connected with Kandi, one of the highest deities honored in Chinese mythology. Kandi, a god associated with fertility, possesses the ability to transform into the Azure Dragon when the situation demands and protection is needed in the East region of China. 4 sacred symbols are revered as guardians of China, with the Azure Dragon assuming the role of guardian over the East, as well as representing the arrival of the spring season and the wood element. The Azure Dragon embodies the fundamental principles of growth, vitality, and renewal, and as the guardian of the East, it is believed to regulate the winds and foster a harmonious flow of energy, ensuring balance and prosperity. Number 3. Oxhead and Horseface. Oxhead and Horseface are the 2 guardians to the entrance of the Diyu, the Chinese underworld. Their role is to make sure souls don't escape the underworld, as well as guide souls to where they'll be judged. True to their names, these guardians possess human bodies coupled with heads resembling either an ox or a horse. Moreover, they serve as esteemed messengers for King Yan, the ruler of the Diyu realm. Noticeably, Oxhead and Horseface make a fleeting appearance in the famous novel Journey to the West, wherein they find themselves vanquished by the Monkey King Sun Wukong during his soul dream journey to the underworld. Number 4. The Fenghuang. The Fenghuang, the king of birds, is a mythical creature of extraordinary origin and is a mesmerizing chimera of various creatures and colors. Among the earliest depictions, it boasted a rooster's beak, a swallow's face, a fowl's forehead, a snake's neck, a goose's breast, a tortoise's back, a stag's hindquarters, and a fish's tail. Nowadays, it is commonly described as a fusion of avian features, such as a golden pheasant's head, a duck's body, a peacock's tail, a crane's legs, a parrot's mouth, and a swallow's wings. The first appearance of the mythical bird in Chinese history was 7,000 to 8,000 years ago as art on pottery. These findings suggest that this phoenix-like creature was worshipped by ancient peoples. Initially, the Fenghuang was categorized into separate male and female entities, the male species being Fengs and the female species being Huangs. However, as the dragon and phoenix became a popular artistic pairing, two names merged into Fenghuang, with the phoenix-like creature assuming a more feminine essence, while the dragon embodied masculinity. Additionally, the bird is often adorned with the 5 elemental colors, representing the 5 Chinese elements, with green representing wood, white representing metal, red symbolizing fire, black embodying water, and yellow signifying earth. According to the famous classic, Mountains and Seas, each part of the Fenghuang's body carries profound significance. The head connects with virtue, while the wings embody righteousness, the back symbolizing courtesy, the chest representing benevolence, and the belly signifying trust. Legend has it that the Fenghuang prefers peaceful habitats, and on rare occasions, when adorned with the Chinese characters representing these virtues on its feathers, it soars across the skies to proclaim peace throughout the world. Furthermore, diverse traditions suggest that its appearance heralds the dawn of a new era or age, signifying the arrival of changing times. Number 5. Diren or Diren. Direns are the Chinese counterparts of mermaids and merpeople and have been depicted in 2 distinct ways. The first portrayal showcases their lower bodies as scaly fishtails, while their upper bodies resemble humans with webbed fingers, gills along their necks, and fins protruding from their heads. The second depiction describes them as having human heads, legs, and arms, while their entire torso and waist are the body of a fish. According to ancient legends, Direns are the descendants of Shennong, Flame Emperor, who was revered as the god of the scorching winds and agriculture, and who was one of the 3 legendary sovereigns of China. It is believed that Direns inhabit the mystical land of Diren. Legend says that they were highly sought out because their tears manifested as precious pearls. In addition to their aquatic nature, these mythical beings possess the extraordinary ability to soar through the sky for a limited duration, adding another layer of wonder to their mysterious existence. Number 6. Jiangshi. The Jiangshi, known as the hopping Chinese vampires, are creatures resembling reanimated zombies. Their appearance varies depending on their state of decay, ranging from blue or gray skin for freshly deceased individuals to utterly horrifying for those whose bodies have been rotting for a while. One distinctive feature of the Jiangshi is their stiff limbs, causing their arms to be constantly stretched forward and causing them to hop in order to move, since their legs lack the ability to bend. These creatures are famous for wearing a talisman on their foreheads in the uniform of a mandarin, which was the attire of Chinese officials during the Qing dynasty. Although they are often associated with vampires, the connections between the two are limited. Similar to vampires, Jiangshi cannot withstand sunlight and must rest in coffins or hide in caves during the day. However, during the night, Jiangshi hunt humans not for blood, like their fanged counterparts, but for their life force known as qi. According to legend, there are various ways for someone to become a Jiangshi. It could be through the resurrection performed by a necromancer, the accumulation of excessive yang energy before being buried, being struck by lightning or walked upon by a pregnant cat when not yet put into the ground, possession by an evil spirit, or the decision of a soul to remain in its own body instead of moving on. And while there are numerous methods to become a Jiangshi, numerous methods exist to ward off or destroy a Jiangshi, such as their fear of their own reflection, their tendency to hop away at the sound of a rooster's call, or their vulnerability to being stabbed with wood from a peach tree. Number 7. Nian. Nian, a fearsome entity from Chinese mythology, stands out as one of the most formidable creatures ever depicted. Descriptions depict the Nian as surpassing the size of an elephant, possessing a canine body paired with the flat-faced visage of a lion. Its menacing appearance boasts formidable, protruding fangs and imposing horns sprouting from its head or body. Throughout most of the year, the Nian slumbers in its den in the mountains or underwater cave. However, on the day of Chinese New Year, the Nian awakens with a relentless onslaught that lasts the entire day. It rampages through villages, ruthlessly obliterating everything in its path. With an endless appetite, it devours crops, animals, and humans, showing a particular fondness for children. According to legend, a village ravaged by the Nian resolved to devise a strategy to repel the monstrous beast. A keen-eyed villager had observed the Nian's apprehension towards the color red and loud noises. Hence, the following year, the village adorned their rooftops with vibrant red lanterns, while a courageous group of men donned crimson attire and enacted the spirited Chinese lion dance, garbed in a lion costume. The radiant scarlet hues and the seemingly animated lion figure sent shivers down the Nian's spine, prompting it to retreat from the village. The last straw that forced the Nian into a hasty retreat came when the villagers ignited firecrackers, unmasking the mighty creature's dread of red and boisterous explosions. Legends such as this one likely underlie the enduring customs of hanging red lanterns, igniting firecrackers, and donning red robes during lion dances that persist to this very day. Fortunately, by upholding these practices, the Nian remains forever intimidating, safeguarding communities from its destructive presence. Number 8. Xiangliu. Xiangliu, a colossal serpent-like creature with 9 heads, each bearing the face of a human woman, held a prominent position as the minister of Gongon, a water god in Chinese mythology. When Gongon was granted permission to punish humans, he would dispatch Xiangliu to unleash massive floods, sowing chaos and destruction. As Xiangliu moved through the land, the once thriving ecosystems transformed into marshlands with toxic waters, causing the demise of plants and animals. Consumed by a gluttonous appetite, Xiangliu possessed the ability to extinguish life simply by exhaling. However, the reign of Xiangliu was brought to a dramatic end when Emperor Wu the Great rose to challenge and engage in a formidable battle with the 9-headed serpent. After a relentless conflict, the emperor emerged victorious by slaying the fearsome creature. Yet this triumph came at a cost. Xiangliu's blood spilled across the Chinese landscape, flowing like rivers in various directions. These rivers carried foul miasmas that rendered the land infertile and barren. The emperor, however, managed to eventually collect and contain the serpent's blood in a pond on top of a mountain. In an alternate version of this myth, following the death of her master, Gongon, Xiangliu descended into a state of uncontrollable rage, unleashing devastating floods across multiple regions of China. Fortunately, Nuwa, the mother goddess and creator of humanity, intervened to halt the serpent's chaos and restore order. Number 9. The Qilin. The Qilin are among some of the most famous creatures in Chinese mythology. These marvelous beings boast a magnificent blend of features, featuring the body of a horse, the head of a dragon, cloven hooves, 1 or 2 majestic horns sprouting from their heads, an ox's tail, and dragon scales that adorn their bodies, either partially or entirely. According to ancient tales, the Qilin grace the presence of humans solely on the occasion of an important ruler's passing or arrival. Sometimes called the Chinese unicorn, Qilins are gentle creatures that possess an innate ability to discern individuals of pure heart. However, it is crucial to note that Qilins possess a formidable aspect as well. They wield the power to breathe flame or cover their bodies in fire, enabling them to punish those wicked enough to attack them. Moreover, their capacity to traverse on top of water, take to the skies, and unleash deafening roars renders them dangerous adversaries when provoked. In a captivating legend, it is recounted that a remarkable event occurred during the pregnancy of Confucius, the esteemed founder of Confucianism. According to the legend, a Qilin manifested before the expectant mother, and with a grateful gesture, regurgitated an intricately inscribed jade tablet. The markings etched on this remarkable artifact held a prophecy foreshadowing the extraordinary future and destined greatness of the yet unborn child. Number 10. The Eastern Dragons. When we talk about the most famous and majestic creature in Chinese mythology, we are talking about dragons, which hold a prominent and revered status in Chinese mythology as majestic creatures associated with power, wisdom, and good fortune. These celestial beings have been an important part of Chinese culture for thousands of years, with their origins dating back to 6200 BC in stone art. Dragons were considered the symbol of emperors, and in some legends, the emperors were believed to be the children of dragons. Unlike the European dragons with grand wings and fire-breathing abilities, Eastern dragons, known as Long in Chinese mythology, are depicted as serpentine creatures that have control over water. With the exception of the Yin Long, they are typically portrayed without wings. While dragons have become creatures connected to various cultures across Asia, there are slight differences in their appearances. In Japan, dragons are known as Ryu and traditionally have 3 claws, while Korean dragons, known as Yong, traditionally have 4 claws. Chinese dragons, or Long, are traditionally depicted with 5 claws, although there have been descriptions over the years of them having 2, 3, or 4 claws. Long are primarily benevolent beings associated with positive forces, good luck, and the harmony of nature. However, there have been tales of malevolent dragons unleashing destructive floods in an attempt to destroy humanity. Descriptions of Long throughout history have incorporated a medley of characteristics from different animal anatomy. They are said to have the head of a camel or crocodile, antler-like horns, demon-like eyes, a snake's neck, the belly of a clam, the claws of an eagle or tiger, the ears of a cow, and a body covered in the scales of a carp. In fact, the dragons of China were believed to have precisely 117 scales, symbolically connected to yin-yang and the number 9, which is associated with heaven. Eastern dragons are strongly associated with water and weather. They are believed to be the rulers of moving bodies of water, such as waterfalls, rivers, and seas. Additionally, they possess mystical abilities, such as shape-shifting, flying without wings, and even becoming completely invisible. Long play important roles in many myths and legends. One of the most famous is the story of the Dragon Gate, located atop a sacred mountain. According to myth, if a carp could swim up the waterfall and leap over the gate, it would transform into a legendary dragon. Another legend explains why Eastern dragons are often depicted carrying an orb or pearl in their claws or mouth. These orbs are associated with spiritual energy, wisdom, immortality, and creation. According to the legend, these orbs are the source of a dragon's mystical powers. If someone were able to steal one from a dragon, they would acquire the dragon's powers and become the dragon's master. Chinese mythology features numerous famous Long, including the dragon of the Chinese zodiac and the Azure Dragon, one of the 4 sacred guardian symbols of China. However, one of the most renowned is the dragon god, known as Long Shen. He is considered the god of all dragons, overseeing the dispensation of rain and commanding all bodies of water. Long Shen is also regarded as the father of the 9 sons of the dragon, and the overseer of the dragon kings of the 4 seas, who serve as guardians of bodies of water corresponding to the 4 cardinal directions. Another famous Long is the Yellow Dragon, believed to be the dragon form of the legendary Yellow Emperor. After the Yellow Emperor's death, his body transformed into the Yellow Dragon, ascending to the heavens. As the Yellow Dragon, he becomes the guardian of the element of Earth, the midsummer season, and central China. Number 11. The Huli Jing. The Huli Jing are mischievous Chinese fox spirits known for their shape-shifting abilities, often taking the form of beautiful women. While most of them are playful tricksters and seductresses, there are accounts of malevolent foxes that prey on children and engage in senseless killings. These magical creatures possess extensive knowledge and mythical powers, particularly connected with fire manipulation and creating illusions. However, as yin creatures, they thrive in yin-saturated environment where they can absorb yin energy to enhance their powers. Notably, there are numerous legends and sightings of the Huli Jing worshipping the moon, a potent source of yin energy. According to legend, it takes years for Huli Jings to reach their full strength. In fact, it is said that they cannot fully utilize their shapeshifting abilities until their 50th year. Similar to Japanese kitsunes, the Huli Jing get an additional tail every century of their life. During their first century, their magical abilities receive a significant boost, enabling them to sense objects and people across vast distances. They also allow them to possess human bodies and manipulate memories. Upon reaching their 9th century, the fur of a Huli Jing changes from red to white, completing their transformation into a 9-tailed fox, the most renowned form of the fox spirit. 9-tailed foxes are considered the second strongest form in the fox spirit evolution, but they are very rare since many fox spirits don't survive until their 9th century. Legend has it that if a mortal ever encounters a 9-tailed fox, it is a sign of their destiny to ascend to a throne. If a fox spirit manages to reach 1,000 years of age, its white fur will turn golden, signifying its transformation into a celestial fox. At this stage, the Huli Jing becomes immortal and gains the ability to ascend to the heavens. Number 12. Xingtian. Xingtian was a formidable giant who once dared to challenge the Yellow Emperor to an epic duel. However, his audacious ambition was swiftly met with defeat as the Yellow Emperor beheaded him in the heat of battle. It seemed that Xingtian's fate had been sealed, his severed head buried to eternal rest within the depths of a mountain. Yet, to the astonishment of all, Xingtian refused to succumb to death's grip. Rising from the ground, a miraculous transformation unfolded before the eyes of the onlookers. Astonishingly, his nipples blossomed into a pair of watchful eyes, while his navel underwent a startling metamorphosis, stretching wide to become a commanding mouth. Armed once more with its trusty axe and shield, and now endowed with extraordinary vision and an unbreakable spirit, Xingtian once again set his sights on the Yellow Emperor, eager to prove his resilience and challenge the ruler to a rematch. Number 13. The Fēng. The Fēng is a peculiar entity that takes on the likeness of a fleshy ox liver, adorned with a pair of eyes that float within its body. Despite its rather unappealing appearance, this remarkable creature possesses an astounding ability that compensates for its looks. You see, the Fēng is edible, and when a portion of its body is consumed, it promptly regenerates whatever was devoured, making it a never-ending food source. According to legend, partaking in the flesh of a Fēng also bestows temporary enhancements to one's strength, further adding to its mystical allure. Number 14. Jingwei. Jingwei, a famous figure in Chinese mythology, was once a girl who underwent a metamorphosis into a bird. The tale unfolds with a young girl named Nua, one of the daughters of Shennong, the Flame Emperor. As fate would have it, Nua found herself swimming in the vast eastern sea. But tragically, she was unable to return to the safety of the shore, and met her ultimate demise by drowning. In a mystical twist, Nua's essence underwent a profound change, and she emerged as a bird resembling a crow, distinguished by her white beak and red feet. Thus, in her avian form, she was known as Jingwei. Following her transformation, Jingwei embarked on a remarkable mission. With steadfast determination, she began gathering twigs and stones in her talons and dropping them into the endless expanse of the eastern sea. Unyielding in her pursuit, Jingwei's objective is to fill the sea, hoping that no other child suffers the same tragic fate as she did. Number 15. Shisa. Majestic Shisa are grand lion statues that assume the honorable role of guardians, faithfully watching over temples, homes, palaces, tombs, and government offices. Though commonly referred to as sheep, these famous statues bear various names across the globe, including Shishi, lion dogs, fu dogs, Pete, Shisa, Hongshi, Rushi, and Komainu. Traditionally, these magnificent lions are meticulously carved from ornamental stones such as marble or granite, or cast in enduring bronze or iron. In the past, their creation entailed significant expense, renting them the exclusive privilege of the wealthy. However, in contemporary times, mass production techniques utilizing materials like concrete and resin have made these statues more accessible to the general public. The Shisa always stand in pairs, symbolizing the embodiment of yin and yang, with the female representing yin and the male embodying yang. Placement plays a crucial role, with the male lion positioned on the right side and the female on the left side when facing the structure. The male lion rests his right front paw on top of an embroidered ball, signifying dominion over the world, while the female lion bears an identical stance, albeit with a precious cub nestled beneath her left paw, representing the cycle of life. Legends dictate that if ever a structure required protection, the lion statues would awaken, with the male safeguarding the exterior, while the female watches over the sanctity of the interior. An extraordinary testament to the prominence of these awe-inspiring creatures can be witnessed in popular culture, notably in Marvel's film Shang-Chi. The Shisa assume their famous role as protectors, vigilantly guarding the inhabitants of this enchanted domain. Numbers 16, 17, 18, and 19. The Four Perils. The Four Perils, also known as the Four Evils or the Four Dangers, encompass four powerful and malevolent creatures that act as opposing counterparts to the four sacred animals. Each of these creatures represents various negative qualities and challenges that humans may encounter, serving as cautionary figures in Chinese mythology to remind people of their importance of balance, self-control, and moral values. The first of the four perils is the Hundun, a mysterious and primordial entity that embodies chaos, formlessness, and the void. Often depicted as a yellowish creature resembling an egg with 6 legs and 4 wings, the Hundun lacks eyes, a mouth, and ears. According to ancient legends, the Hundun came into existence shortly after the creation of the world, symbolizing the formless and unstructured state of the universe prior to the emergence of order. It represents the boundless potential from which all things can arise. The Hundun is known for causing random acts of destruction and is particularly fond of dancing. It is also associated with corrupt individuals and holds a disdain for those who remain incorruptible. A cute and friendly portrayal of the Hundun can be seen in the Marvel film Shang-Chi, where the character Morris, a version of the Hundun, aids the main characters on their journey. The second peril is Qiongqi, a bull-like creature with hedgehog-like spikes for fur, and sometimes wings and tiger-like traits. Qiongqi is infamous for its dishonesty, disloyalty, and aggressiveness. According to legend, this creature appears in places where people have significant disagreements. After listening to all sides of the argument, Qiongqi devours those it deems to be in the wrong, and then proceeds to torment the remaining side for its amusement, eventually consuming them as well. The third peril is the Taotie, a goat-like creature with ram-like horns sprouting from its human head. It also possesses tiger fangs, human hands at the end of its 4 legs, eyes located behind its forelegs, and a voice mimicking the cry of a child. Legend describes the Taotie as a gluttonous creature that lacks discipline and restraint in its consumption. It is said to consider everything and anything as edible, often indulging in self-cannibalism during its meals, which cause festering wounds to appear on its skin. The Taotie does not necessarily kill its prey before consuming it, enjoying the act of eating humans alive to inflict great suffering and pain. The final peril is Taowu, a tiger-like creature covered in dog fur, featuring protruding boar fangs coming out of its mouth and a long tail. This creature is characterized by extreme stubbornness, disregarding societal views and always believing itself to be right. It warns anyone who disagrees or criticizes its choices with a growl, and if the criticism persists, the Taowu devours those who dare challenge its beliefs. Number 20. The White Tiger. The white tiger, also known as Behu, holds a significant role as one of the four sacred symbols in Chinese mythology. Each symbol represents a cardinal direction, a season, and one of the five elements. Specifically, the white tiger represents the west, the autumn season, and the element of metal. With its majestic and formidable presence, the white tiger is often portrayed as a magnificent tiger adorned with glistening white fur and captivating blue eyes. This awe-inspiring creature symbolizes power, courage, and strength, and it embodies the virtues of bravery, righteousness, and victory in battle. The white tiger is more than a symbol of valor. It is also seen as a protective guardian, shielding the western region and its inhabitants from malevolent forces and negative energies. Furthermore, the white tiger represents the element of metal, signifying qualities such as resilience, discipline, and organization. In Chinese lore, there is a legend that suggests a tiger that lives for 500 years will have its tail turn white, which may be connected to the symbolism of the white tiger. This tale further enhances the mystical aura surrounding the white tiger, highlighting its extraordinary nature and longevity. Number 21. Qinyuan. The Qinyuan is one of the deadliest creatures in Chinese mythology, described as having the body of a wasp with two large bird-like wings. Although this creature is only the size of a duck, the true menace of this wasp resides within its lethal venom. According to the legends, any unfortunate animal that falls victim to the Qinyuan's stinger meets an ultimate demise within a matter of seconds. Furthermore, even the slightest droplets of venom that grace the surface of plants or soil prove devastating, reducing them to not but powdery remnants. Number 22. Chang. A Chang is the ghost of a human who has met a gruesome fate at the claws of a tiger. Upon death, the unfortunate soul transforms into a Chang and becomes enslaved by the very tiger that claimed their life. Trapped in this spectral existence, Chang is unable to find release until they procure a new victim for the tiger. Once the Chang succeeds in this dark task, the newly deceased individual takes their place as the next Chang, repeating the cycle of enslavement and seeking liberation. Number 23. Jinwu. Jinwu are magnificent three-legged golden crows that hold great significance in the captivating Chinese myth of Huli and the 10 Suns. At the heart of this myth lies Zihe, the revered goddess of the sun, who gave birth to 10 extraordinary golden crows, each possessing the ability to manifest as a blazing sun. After their birth, the sun goddess carried her precious offspring to an island in the east and nestled them within a divine Fusan tree. Each day, one of the sunbirds would be harnessed to their mother's celestial carriage, traversing the world, while the remaining 9 sunbirds frolicked in the scorching river near the tree's base. With the dawning of each new day, the sunbirds would rotate, allowing a different sibling to accompany their mother, while the others played and rested. However, an unseen event forever altered their harmonious existence. The Jinwu developed a fondness for a particular grass known as Diren, but regrettably their supply dwindled upon the island. Faced with this scarcity, the 10 sunbirds collectively resolved to embark on a quest to find more. Unbeknownst to them, the Earth, unable to withstand the scorching intensity generated by 10 suns soaring through the heavens, began to wither and burn under their fiery gaze. Fortunately, the Earth found salvation through the actions of Huli, a legendary figure portrayed as either a demigod or an ordinary mortal, depending on the account. Armed with his mighty bow, Huli aimed his arrows at 9 of the sunbirds, their lifeless bodies plummeting to the earthly realm. However, just as Huli prepared to release his final arrow, the sun goddess materialized before him, begging him to spare the life of her last remaining child. She explained that by extinguishing the final sun, Hou Yi would plunge humanity into darkness and despair. Moved by the sun goddess's plea, Hou Yi relented, sparing the final sunbird from his arrow's flight. Thus, as a testament to this fateful encounter, today we only witness a solitary sun moving through the heavens instead of the original 10. Number 24, Kuafu. Kuafu was a towering giant who harbored an insatiable obsession to capture the sun. Prior to embarking on his audacious pursuit, he anointed his son as the new leader of their people, who resided within the realm known as the Kuafu Kingdom. Within this extraordinary domain, giants lived with their hands always adorned with an emerald snake nestled in their right grasp, and a golden serpent coiled within their left. Unwavering determination, and armed with his trusty club, Kuafu set forth on his quest, commencing his epic chase from the eastern horizon. Swiftly traversing the sprawling landscape, his gaze fixed on ensnaring the radiant orb that ruled the sky. As he pursued the sun, his relentless stride caused an unquenchable thirst to consume him, propelling him to deplete any river or lake that dared cross his path. Alas, his thirst-longing remained unquelled, and as he relentlessly pursued the elusive sun, the grip of dehydration ultimately claimed his life. According to ancient legend, as Kuafu's colossal frame fell, he cast aside his mighty club, which, upon striking the earth, birthed forth a magnificent orchard filled with an abundance of succulent peaches. Number 25, Bai Suchen. Bai Suchen, popularly known as the White Snake, holds a significant place in Chinese folklore and mythology, being a part of the revered legend of the White Snake, one of China's 4 great folk tales. The captivating tale begins with a young boy named Suzhen, who purchases immortality pills from one of the 8 immortals on a bridge. Consuming these pills grants Suzhen a peculiar ability. He remains full for 3 days without hunger. Curiosity drives him back to the bridge, only to be met with the immortal's laughter as he suspends the boy upside down over a lake. In this predicament, Suzhen regurgitates the pills, inadvertently causing a few to fall into the water below. Unbeknownst to the boy, beneath the bridge resides a white snake spirit, proficient in Taoist magic. Allured by the pills, the white snake consumes them, experiencing an extraordinary surge in her magical powers. Filled with gratitude towards the boy, the white snake gazes up at the bridge, unaware of a jealous spirit turtle's malevolent glare. Sometime later, the white snake observes a man on the bridge intent on killing a female green snake. Swift to react, she assumes human form, saving the green snake from harm. Grateful for her rescue, the green snake pledges allegiance to the white snake, proclaiming her as an older sister. 18 years later, the 2 snake spirits yearn to attend a festival, shapeshifting into human form to do so. The white snake adopts the name of Bai Suchen, while the green snake becomes Zhao Qing. Unexpectedly, they cross paths with a grown-up Suzhen at the festival, leading to a blossoming love between Bai Suchen and Suchen, and eventually they decide to marry. However, their martial bliss is interrupted when the envious spirit turtle assumes the guise of a monk named Fahai. Intent on destroying Bai Suchen's happiness, Fahai deceives Suzhen into serving his wife wine, unwittingly revealing her true form as a white snake. The shock of this revelation proves fatal to Suzhen. Unwilling to accept her husband's demise, the 2 snake women embark on a perilous journey to Mount Imai in search of a miraculous herb capable of resurrecting Suzhen. Overcoming numerous hardships, they acquire the herb and successfully revive Suzhen, who remains devoted to his wife, despite her being a white snake, and thus leading to her pregnancy. Tragically, Fahai resurfaces, kidnapping and imprisoning Suzhen, after triumphing in a fierce magical battle against the 2 snake women. However, Suzhen manages to escape and returns just in time for the birth of his son. Nonetheless, Fahai strikes again, capturing Bai Suchen and holding her captive for 2 decades. After training for 20 years, Zhao Qing, the Green Snake and younger sister of Bai Suchen, in a valiant display of strength, vanquishes Fahai, prompting the spirit turtle to seek refuge within the belly of a crab. Finally liberated, Bai Suchen reunites with her husband and son, the later having achieved academic excellence by becoming a top scholar after passing the imperial examination. Number 26, the Huan. The Huan is a captivating creature resembling a feline adorned with 3 tails and a single eye. Its remarkable talent lies in its ability to mimic the calls of animals, boasting a repertoire of 100 distinct sounds. One fortunate observer witnessed this curious creature prowling through its mountainous domain, bragging to the surroundings that it could replicate the voices of countless beasts. Beyond its mimicking prowess, the 3-tailed cat is revered for its protective qualities against malevolent spirits. Folklore suggests that by offering it the appropriate nourishment, it becomes a formidable guardian, warding off evil forces that may threaten homes or individuals. Number 27, the Jin Chan. The Jin Chan, widely recognized as the money toad or money frog, is a notable creature in Chinese folklore. Typically portrayed as a bullfrog with striking red eyes, prominent nostrils, and a distinctive physical feature of 2 forelegs accompanied by just 1 hind leg, the Jin Chan holds a captivating appearance. Its back is often adorned with precious gems, and it is frequently depicted sitting atop a mound of gold. According to legend, the Jin Chan manifests exclusively on the night of a full moon, appearing near households or businesses that are destined to receive positive financial tidings. Its presence signifies an impending period of good fortune and serves as a symbol of financial protection. Number 28, the Lushu. The Lushu is a horse creature with white fur, tiger-like stripes on its back, red hooves, and a fiery red tail. What makes a Lushu extremely special is that it has the ability to sing with a beautiful voice. Legend has it that they were nearly hunted to extinction, since wearing some of its hide around your waist guarantees you to have many sons in the future. Number 29, the Zouyu. The Zouyu is a magnificent creature that combines the majestic qualities of a tiger with unexpected characteristics of righteousness and gentleness, even displaying a surprising preference for a vegetarian diet. Just like the revered Qilin, the Zouyu is believed to manifest only during the reign of a virtuous and true-hearted ruler, symbolizing the presence of true leadership and harmony. The tiger-like creature is also said to be the fastest land animal on Earth, according to legend. In popular culture, the Zouyu has gained recognition through its portrayal in the film Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. The depiction of this mythical creature in the movie is truly remarkable, showcasing its awe-inspiring appearance and capturing the essence of the mighty Zouyu. Number 30, the Black Tortoise. The Black Tortoise, also known as the Black Warrior or Jinwu, holds a significant role as one of the 4 sacred symbols in Chinese mythology. Each symbol represents a cardinal direction, a season, and one of the 5 elements. Specifically, the Black Tortoise represents the north, the winter season, and the element of water. One distinguishing feature of the Black Tortoise is its unique appearance. Unlike a typical tortoise, it possesses a snake for a tail. This intriguing characteristic may stem from a legend that explains how tortoises couldn't mate with other tortoises, only snakes. The Black Tortoise is sometimes associated with the Taoist deity Jinwu, who is regarded as the god of the north and warriors. According to one legend, Jinwu was a mortal who aspired to become a god. To cleanse himself of his past transgressions, he immersed his stomach and intestines in a river. As a result, Jinwu became a god, but his sins transformed into black foam on top of the water, unwittingly giving rise to the manifestation of a black tortoise and a snake. These creatures began wreaking havoc across the land, prompting Xuanwu to intervene and subdue them. Number 31. The Sanshi. The Sanshi, renowned as the Three Corpses or the Three Worms, derive from the teachings of Taoism. These beings are three parasitic creatures that infest the body of every newborn, taking residence within the head, chest, and abdomen. They remain within their host until death, or until specific methods are employed to remove them. If left untouched at the time of their host's demise, they transform into malevolent spirits that haunt and torment the living. The Three Corpses relentlessly endeavor to harm the well-being and destiny of their host. They achieve this by instigating sickness, facilitating the entry of disease-causing agents into the body, tempting the host to commit misdeeds, and reporting their host's transgressions to the gods. On a particular night known as Gengshin, the Three Worms leave the body of their slumbering host and journey to the Director of Destinies. There they disclose each and every misdeed performed by their host. The divine entity then subtracts a designated number of days from the host's lifespan. This deduction may range from a mere 3 days for minor offenses to well over 400 days for more severe transgressions. The sole means of preventing the Three Worms from departing on that fateful night is for the host to remain awake throughout the entirety of the Gengshin day without sleep. Should one desire to liberate themselves from the grip of the Three Corpses, a prerequisite entails abstaining from consuming grains and cereals. This deliberate deprivation weakens the parasites, affording the host the opportunity to employ a combination of natural remedies or engage in meditative practices to finally expel the Three Corpses from their body. Number 32. The Boi. The Boi is a peculiar creature resembling a goat, adorned with 9 tails, 4 ears, and a unique pair of eyes positioned along its back. Though its appearance may seem unusual, the Boi is known for its calm and unthreatening nature. According to legend, wearing the goat's pelt around one's waist bestows a remarkable gift of eternal fearlessness and unwavering courage. Number 33. The Feiwei. The Feiwei is an extraordinary serpent-like creature adorned with 6 legs emerging from various segments of its slithering body, accompanied by 4 petite wings situated behind its head. This unique creature possesses immense peril, for whenever it manifests above a kingdom or village, it unleashes a calamitous drought that persists for a relentless period of 7 years. Number 34. Ying Shao. Ying Shao is a majestic creature with a tiger's body, the head of a woman, horse hooves, and 2 beautiful wings coming out of its back. According to legend, Ying Shao was the guardian of the Jade Emperor's garden. When she wasn't tending to the garden, she was stretching her wings. Among the tales that speak of Ying Shao's protective nature, one recounts an incident involving an audacious visitor who dared to venture into the sanctity of the Jade Emperor's garden. Faced with this intrusion, Ying Shao unleashed a fearsome roar, reverberating through the air in a harsh and spine-chilling tone. Her resounding voice echoed with an otherworldly intensity, striking terror into the heart of the trespasser, forcing him to flee in haste. Number 35. Hilo. A Hilo is a unique creature with 10 fish bodies connected to a single head that has 3 eyes. They are said to bark like dogs and have the ability to transform into a rice-stealing bird. The Hilo are known to make good pets, but are deathly afraid of thunder and lightning. According to legend, eating one is supposed to cure a human of tumors. Number 36. The Zhueyuan. The Zhueyuan are mischievous male monkey creatures who delight in causing trouble and abducting human women. According to ancient tales, they dwell up high in the mountain, endowed with the ability to discern the scent of women from that of men. Upon capturing a woman, they force her to give birth before allowing her descent from the mountain. It is believed that those who fail to bear a child will undergo a transformation after a decade, morphing into a Chou, female counterpart of the Yuan. The Chou then joins a female monkey tribe in a distinct location, where their target becomes men instead of women. Should a woman successfully give birth to a child fathered by a Yuan, she gains permission to depart from the mountain, but must care for the offspring, who is born as a regular human. In result, this child will bear the surname Yang, symbolizing their lineage as a child of a Yuan. Number 37. The Kuei. The Kuei is a cow-like creature with blue skin, no horns, and only one leg. Apparently, it's able to glide on top of water with its single leg, and when it enters and exits the ocean, a storm suddenly appears. According to legend, the Yellow Emperor once made a drum out of a Kuei's hide, and when the Emperor hit the drum with a bone from the Thunder God, a colossal, terrifying sound rang throughout all of China. Number 38. The Tenin. Tenin are celestial beings of Chinese and Japanese Buddhism that hold a sacred status akin to angels. They are a divine race of spiritual entities often portrayed as enchanting women adorned in vibrant kimonos. These celestial maidens are commonly depicted holding lotus blossoms or musical instruments, symbolizing their connection to enlightenment and their skill with playing music. According to legend, Tenin possess wings of their own, or are bestowed with the power of flight through their mystical kimonos. In a captivating tale, a man once observed a Tenin as she disrobed herself to go for a swim. Seizing an opportunity, he shamelessly pilfered her kimono and forced her into marrying him. However, after many years had passed, the Tenin chanced upon her long-lost kimono, prompting her to abandon both her husband and child in order to soar back to the celestial realms from whence she came. Number 39. The Fenghuang. The Fenghuang is a bizarre creature resembling a black boar. What makes the creature so odd is that both ends of the creature have boar heads, complete with manes and tusks. The creature is said to be extremely stubborn, very aggressive, and surprisingly fast. Number 40. The Vermillion Bird. The Vermillion Bird holds a significant role as one of the 4 sacred symbols in Chinese mythology, each that represent a cardinal direction, a season, and one of the 5 elements. The Vermillion Bird specifically represents the south, the summer season, and the element of fire. This majestic creature is often depicted as a mythical bird resembling a sparrow or a pheasant, adorned with a vibrant plumage and engulfed in fiery flame. Its enchanting appearance signifies good fortune, prosperity, and rebirth. Moreover, the Vermillion Bird symbolizes the cycle of life, death, and renewal, representing the eternal nature of existence and the continuous flow of energy and vitality. As one of the 4 divine beasts, it assumes the role of a guardian and protector, ensuring the safety and well-being of the southern region and its inhabitants. It serves as a powerful force against negative influences and calamities, shielding those under its watchful gaze. Number 41, 42, 43, and 44. The Pearl Producers. The 4 pearl producers. The flatfish rupee, the tung-tung boar, the turtlefish jubei, and the cypress tree sanju shu are 4 mythical creatures that have the ability to produce pearls from their bodies. The rupee is a flatfish with a bird-like head. As it swims through the water, pearls are said to spill out of its beak in numerous amounts. The tung-tung is a boar whose digestive system produces pearls. The jubei are said to be turtle-fish creatures with 6 legs and 4 eyes. As they swim in rivers, they spit out pearls and bubbles. For the sanju shu, while it looks like a normal cypress tree, its leaves are made of pearls, making it look like a comet from a distance. It is said that this tree grew out of a pearl that the Yellow Emperor once lost. Number 45. Longma. The Longma is a winged horse with a dragon head and dragon scales covering its body. According to legend, it has the ability to walk on water, and when it appears, this is said to be a sign of a good omen and proof that the current leader of China is a holy man. This legend could originate from the Longma being connected to the 3 sovereigns and the 5 emperors, the group of deities and mythical sage rulers of prehistoric China. According to myth, a Longma is born when a female horse drinks from a water source that is currently the dwelling place of a dragon. Number 46, the Pishao. The Pishao is a magnificent creature resembling a lion with a dragon's head, adorned by a pair of wings and crowned with either 1 or 2 majestic antlers. It's said to hold a revered status as a guardian against malevolent spirits and diseases. However, its peculiar diet consists solely of precious jewels and exquisite metals like gold and silver. This peculiar trait originates from a peculiar incident when a Pishao once committed an unsightly act in the heavenly realm by defecating on its floor. The Jade Emperor, the paramount ruler of the Chinese pantheon, furious by this creature's audacity, enacted a fitting punishment. First, the Jade Emperor reprimanded the Pishao with a resounding spank. Then, sealing its anus, he declared that the Pishao would forever be confined, consuming only items symbolizing wealth. Furthermore, the Jade Emperor proclaimed that all Pishao would endure these consequences, and can only relieve their burdened stomachs by finding a master with whom to share their acquired riches. 2 distinct types of Pishao exist. Qiangliu, characterized by a single antler, and the Bixi, distinguished by 2 antlers. The Qiangliu represent the male Pishao, assuming the vital role of seeking and amassing wealth to bestow upon their chosen masters. Blessed with an uncanny ability to detect gold and silver, they excel in fulfilling their duties with remarkable prowess. Conversely, the Bixi, the female Pishao, endowed with their formidable 2 antlers, assume the crucial task of safeguarding their masters' homes from the intrusion of evil spirits and thieving miscreants. Fascinatingly, according to legend, Pishao possess the ability to absorb the essence of malevolent spirits, transforming them into tangible wealth. Number 47, the ZZ. The ZZ is a remarkable creature embodying the fusion of a goat, a lion, and a dragon, adorned with a luxuriant coat of fur and crowned with a magnificent horn atop of its head. This extraordinary being bears profound symbolism representing principles of law, justice, and truth. Its unique abilities include the gift of comprehending human speech and possessing an uncanny knack for detecting falsehoods. In ancient times, a Chinese minister enlisted the aid of a ZZ during criminal proceeding to ensure fairness and accuracy. As the accused stood before this mythical creature, ZZ would discern the truth of their words. If deception tainted their testimony, ZZ would charge forward, impaling the guilty party upon its formidable horn, thereby delivering swift retribution. Otherwise, if the accused spoke the truth, the ZZ would solemnly nod in acknowledgement, granting them freedom and exoneration. Number 48, the Moon Rabbits. While the man in the moon captivates much of Western civilization's imagination, the East is more familiar with the endearing rabbit on the moon. This beloved figure draws its inspiration from the rabbit-shaped shadow that graces the moon's surface. In China, moon rabbits often serve as companions to the moon goddess Chang'e and are entrusted with the sacred duty of crafting the elixir of immortality. In the legendary tale of Chang'e, she was once a mortal wedded to Huli, the renowned archer. Huli's heroic feat of shooting down the 9 suns earned him the god's favor, resulting in the precious elixir of immortality being bestowed upon him. In various versions of the story, Chang'e would consume the elixir to either safeguard it from a thief or as an act of liberation, receiving her husband as a tyrant she wished to prevent from attaining eternal life. Having attained immortality, Chang'e took up residence on the moon, and discovering the moon rabbits diligently pounding ingredients for the god's elixir in a celestial mortar. Sometimes Chang'e would also use the moon rabbits as messengers to other gods and mortals. Number 49, Yeren. In the rich tapestry of Chinese folklore, the Yeren emerges as a fascinating and elusive creature that's captured the imagination of generations. Also known as the Chinese Bigfoot, the Yeren is a legendary humanoid creature that inhabits the remote and untamed regions of the Chinese wilderness. The Yeren is often described as a towering ape-like creature, standing several feet tall and possessing a robust and muscular physique. Its appearance is characterized by a thick coat of hair that covers its body, ranging in color from dark brown to reddish brown or even gray. With piercing eyes that reflect a primal wisdom and keen senses honed by its wild existence, the Yeren embodies a sense of ancient wisdom and a connection to nature. The behaviors and characteristics attributed to the Yeren vary across different accounts and regional folklore. Some legends depict the Yeren as reclusive and shy, rarely venturing near human settlements and swiftly retreating into the depths of the wilderness at the slightest sign of human presence. Other tales portray them as curious and intelligent beings, occasionally observing humans from afar with a mix of intrigue and caution. While encounters with the Yeren are scarce and sightings are often fleeting, stories of its immense strength, agility, and primal instincts have been in Chinese folklore since the 1950s. But throughout the history of China, there have been numerous sightings of hairy giant men, which could be a possible connection to the origins of the Yeren. While expeditions and research initiatives have been launched in an attempt to uncover evidence of the Yeren's existence, there is still no concrete proof to this legendary creature, shrouding the Yeren in an air of mystery and intrigue. Number 50. The Yaoguai. In the vast realm of Chinese mythology, the Yaoguai emerge as a fascinating and diverse group of supernatural creatures that inhabit the liminal space between humans and gods. These extraordinary beings, often described as shapeshifters, embody a fusion of animal and human characteristics, blurring the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural. The term Yaoguai itself can be translated as strange or monstrous beings. Yaoguai exhibit a remarkable capacity for transformation, assuming a myriad of forms that span the spectrum, from majestic tigers, cunning foxes, and slithering snakes, to humanoid figures possessing extraordinary abilities. Endowed with innate powers, they wield the ability to manipulate elements, exert control over the weather, or even unleash formidable spells. With iconic figures like Beiga Jang, the skeleton spirit from the legendary novel Journey to the West, the iconic white snake by Suzhen, and the cunning fox spirits that populate ancient tales. And that's a wrap for today's adventure, fellow myth seekers. We hope you enjoyed our video today on the 50 amazing creatures from Chinese mythology. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. And don't forget to come back to the channel soon, because we're going to have a lot of new creature videos posted in the next few weeks. And with that, we'll see you next time on Wild Mythology.